Hello there, thank you for joining the channel. In this video, we want to look at Concord in JAMB use of English. I'll be explaining the rules of subject-verb agreement clearly, and as usual, we shall be answering related JAMB past questions with the application of each of the rules. So let the lesson begin. The first thing we are going to do is to have a short definition of Concord. In grammar, Concord is the agreement between the subject and the verb of a sentence. Concord, I said, is the agreement between the subject. The subject is usually a noun or a pronoun. So the agreement between that noun of that pronoun and the verb of the sentence is what we call concord. This agreement in most cases is in terms of number, singular and plural. The basic rule of concord is that if the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. If the verb is plural, the verb too should be plural. This is the basic rule of concord. So when the subject is singular and the verb is also singular, or the other way around, when the subject is plural and the verb is also plural, we say that the subject and the verb agree. This agreement is what we call concord. With this explanation I've given about concord, the knowledge of singular and plural noun and the knowledge of singular and plural verb is very important for any student to fully understand the topic of concord. For clearer understanding, we are going to put them in tabular forms. On the left side, we have singular and plural nouns and pronouns. On that part of the screen, we want to look at singular and plural nouns. The first one is table, that is singular, and the plural is tables with the addition of s in the spelling. Tables, that is plural. Man, that is singular, then the plural of man is men, men. Person, that is singular. The plural of person is persons or people. Boy, that is singular. The plural of boy is boys, boys. I know that you know all of this, and that is why I'm giving just very few examples. Child, child singular. The plural of child is children. Let's come to the pronouns. He is singular male. The plural of he is they. She is singular female, while the plural is they. I is singular. The plural of I is we. Now the last pronoun on this table is you. You can see that we have no singular you. We only have the plural you. This is because the pronoun you is always treated as plural, even if it refers to one person. That is why there is no singular form of you. Now on the right side of the screen, we have singular and plural verb. Now we have to pay close attention because I've come to realize that most students do not know this. Now in the case of the verb, the reverse is the case. If you look at our table, under the singular and plural noun, you will see that the plural noun takes the letter S, carries the S, the plural noun. But in the case of the verb, it is the singular verb that carries the S. I say that again. It is the singular verb that carries S. So when you have the verb speaks, that is singular. The plural is speak. Before we continue, I want you to note that singular and plural verb only exist in the present tense. In the past tense, there is no singular or plural under the verb. So singular and plural verb exist only in the present tense verb. So the verb speaks is singular. The plural is speak. Knows with S is singular, while the plural is know. The verb sleeps is singular, while the one without S, sleep, is plural. The verb plays, P-L-A-Y-S, is singular, while the verb play, the one without S, is plural. So carries, C-A-R-R-I-E-S, carries, is singular, while C-A-R-R-Y without S is the plural. Has, H-A-S, is the singular, while have, H-A-V-E, is the plural. Does or doesn't is singular, while do or don't is the plural. When we come to the verb be, am or is singular, while are, A-R-E, is plural. In the past tense, was, W-A-S, is singular, while were, W-E-R-E, is plural. Having given the illustration on these tables, I want us to buttress this with the sentences below the tables. We have two sentences there. Now let's look at the first sentence. The boy plays football every Saturday. The boy plays football every Saturday. You will take note of the subject, which is the boy, singular boy, just one boy. And then we also have the singular verb, which is what? Plays. So it means the singular subject must carry the singular verb. That is why we have the boy plays football every Saturday. Coming to the second sentence, the boys play football every Saturday. Now we have plural boy, then we have S on the boy. It becomes the boys. More than one boy. In this case, the boys are more than one. Plural boys. Boys, the boys. Now look at our verb, play. That is the plural verb. The boys play football every Saturday. So in this case, in the second sentence, the plural subject, which is the boys, attracts the plural verb, which is play. The boys play football every Saturday. Now let's move to the rules of Concord, beginning with Rule 1. Rule 1 says, a singular subject takes a singular verb. A singular subject takes a singular verb, as we had in the case of the boy plays football every Saturday. We have more examples here as well. Example A, she believes in God. Because she is one person, then the verb believe will also be in singular, and that makes it believes. Remember, it is the singular verb that carries S. So believes is a singular verb. Singular subject, she, and the singular verb believes. That is what we call Concord. A singular subject takes a singular verb. She believes in God. Example B, NECO dances energetically. NECO is one person, so the verb dance should also be in singular form, and that is why we have dances. NECO dances energetically. In sentence C, it always rains in July. It always rains in July. It is a singular pronoun, the singular subject, so it carries the singular verb rains. Rain with S. It always rains in July. Don't be confused with always. Always is not the verb. Always is just an adverb. We can remove always from the sentence. It rains in July. It is the subject. Rains is the verb. The second part, plural subjects take plural verbs. Plural subjects take plural verbs. As in example D, we believe in God. In this case, since the subject is plural, we is more than one person. That means the verb believe will also be in plural form, and that is the verb without S. We believe in God. Plural subject, plural verb. Example E, NECO and Audu dance energetically. When we were in example B, because it was only NECO, because it was singular, we have dances. Now that there are two, NECO and Audu, now they are plural, then we have the plural verb, which is dance. NECO and Audu dance energetically. Example G, they always speak Swahili. They always speak Swahili. In this case, look at the subject of the sentence, they, plural pronoun. They is more than one person. So our verb to is going to be in the plural form, which is speak. Now let's go to some related JAMB past questions. Those are past questions that are related to Rule 1. The first question here is question 48 UTME 2024. The touts dash arrested during the riot. The touts dash arrested during the riot? A. Were, W-E-R-E. B. Was. C. Were, W-H-E-R-E. D. Is. Now look at the subject of the sentence. The touts. Tout with S. This shows that the subject is plural. That means our verb will also be plural. Now let's see where. Option C, where, is for place, so it cannot be correct. In fact, it is a pronoun, not a verb. So let's eliminate option C. Option A, B, and D, which one is correct? Was is a singular past tense. Is a singular present tense. It is only option A, where, that is plural past. And that is our correct option. In fact, that is the only plural option in the alternative. So the touts were arrested during the riot. The second question on this rule is question 36, UTME 2020. My father dash on the floor. My father dash on the floor. A. Has lied. B. Have lied. C. Have laid. D. Has lain. Now, for us to get the correct answer to this question, we have to look at the question intently. Here, JAMB is testing the candidates on two aspects of the English grammar. First of all, you are being tested on Concord, singular subject my father and singular of the verb have, which is has. Because my father, which is the subject of the sentence, is singular. So we look for the singular have. And the singular have is has. Has. That means option B and option C are wrong because they have instead of has. Secondly, they are testing you on the correct verb form, the past participle of the verb lie. Remember, we made a video, if you have been following this channel very well, we made a video on confusing verbs. We look at the verb lie to rest on horizontal position, the verb lie to say something that is not true, and the verb lay, that is to put something down gently. I'm going to leave the link to that video in this video's description. In that particular video, the verb lie, to rest horizontally, to rest oneself horizontally, the present tense is lie. The past tense is lay, while the past participle is lain. Looking at that, the correct option is option D, has lain. My father has lain on the floor. Now take note, my father is singular. Has lain is also a singular present perfect tense. Has is a singular verb. My father has lain on the floor. Quickly, let's move to rule 2. Rule 2. When two or more subjects are joined together by or, either or, neither nor, the subject closest to the verb determines the verb. So in this case, this rule is called the rule of proximity. The subject that is closer or closest to the verb determines the verb. Just look out for the conjunction or these coordinating conjunctions, either or, neither nor. Whenever you come across these conjunctions, take note of the subject that is closer to the verb. Let's see example A. Andy, Uche, or I am to be blamed. Look at that. We have three subjects. Andy, Uche, I. These are the three subjects and they are joined together by or, but then I is the closest to the verb. And that is why we have am, because the verb has to agree with I, which is closest to it. Andy, Uche, or I am to be blamed. If we are to rearrange the subjects, let's say Andy, I, or Uche, it will be is to be blamed. Andy, I, or Uche is to be blamed. But because I is the last and is the closest to the verb has to agree with I. Andy, Uche, or I am to be blamed. This kind of sentence may sound awkward, but then it is the correct form. Example B. Neither the teacher nor the students understand French. Neither the teacher nor the students understand French. Now let's look at the subjects. The teacher is singular. The students is plural. The verb will agree with the one that is closer to it. The verb is understand. Now, because in example B, the students, which is plural, is closer to the verb agrees with the plural, since it is the plural subject that is closer to the verb. That is why we have neither the teacher nor the students understand French. In example C, we change the order of the subjects. Neither the students nor the teacher understands French. In this case, the teacher is closer to the verb. Therefore, the verb becomes singular, since the teacher, which is closer to the verb, is singular. That is why the verb in example C is also singular, understand with S. Neither the students nor the teacher understands French. Let's go to example D. Either Nancy or you were there. Either Nancy or you were there. Look at our subjects. Nancy, you, joined together with either or. In this case, the verb has to agree with the one that is closer. And which one is closer to the verb? You is closer to the verb. That is why we have the verb were. Because normally if you want to make a sentence with you in the past tense, the verb is going to be were. If it was only you, it's going to be you were there. So either Nancy or you were there. The verb agrees with you because you is closer to the verb. In example E, there is a change in the order of the subject. Either you or Nancy was there. Now you can see that the verb changes in example E because the noun that is closer, the subject that is closer to the verb has also changed. In this case, it is Nancy that is closer to the verb. That is why the verb has to change to the one that agrees, to the one that goes with Nancy. Normally it's going to be Nancy was there. So either you or Nancy was there. Let's see some related JAMB past questions. The first question here is question 42, UME 2019. Either been to or you dash to go. Either been to or you dash to go. A was, B are, C has, D is, is. Looking at this particular structure, normally, if you want to make this sentence with only been to, it's going to be been to is to go. And if it is only you, it's going to be you are to go. Now we have been to, you joined together by either or. In this case, we are going to look at the subject that is closer to the verb. And which one is closer to the verb? You. Now, which verb agrees with you? That is option B. Either been to or you are to go. Option B. The next question is question 69, UME 2008. Either the teacher or the students dash to blame. Either the teacher or the students dash to blame. So we have the teacher, the students. The teacher is singular, the students is plural. Which of them is closer to the verb? The students, that is the plural subject, is closer to the verb. We are going to look for the plural verb. A is, B are, C has been, D are being. The correct option is option B. Either the teacher or the students are to blame. Option B. Option D could be plausible, but then we have to look at the structure of option D. Are being to blame. It doesn't just fit into that space. So option B remains the correct option. Let's take a look at the next question. Question 77, UME 2001. Neither Agbo nor his parents dash the meeting now. Neither Agbo nor his parents dash the meeting now. A attended, B attends, C has attended, D attend. Agbo, the name, is singular. His parents is plural. The plural subject is closer to the verb. So our verb has to agree with the plural subject. And that is option D, attend. The verb without S. Attend. Neither agbo nor his parents attend the meeting now. Now let's look at option A. Option A could have been correct if there is no adverb of time at the end of the sentence. And that adverb of time is now. Now shows that it is present tense, not past tense. If it were in the past, attended would have been correct. In this case, there would have been no need of considering whether the subject is plural or singular. But since it's in the present tense, now, then the correct option is option D, attend, the plural verb. Neither agbo nor his parents attend the meeting now. So we move to the next question. Question 69, UME 1995. Either Ekaite or you dash to go. Either Ekaite or you dash to go. A, was. B, are. C, has. D, is. This particular question looks similar to one of our examples where we said either Nancy or you were there. Although that one is in the past tense, but this one is in the present tense. Either Ekaite or you dash to go. Now looking at the four options that we have, Ekaite is singular, but the pronoun you is always treated like plural. So it means our verb, since you is closer to the verb, it means our verb is going to be plural. Our verb has to agree with the pronoun you. Now looking at our options, which of them agrees with you? That is option B. Either Ekaite or you are to go. The next question is question 67, UME 1991. Either the chief of the village or the leader of the farmers dash to be held responsible for the revolt. Either the chief of the village or the leader of the farmers dash to be held responsible for the revolt. A, where. B, are. C, is, D, have. Either the chief of the village, this is a singular subject, or the leader of the farmers, also this is a singular subject. The leader, one leader of the farmers, a leader of the farmer. Both of the subjects are singular. Whatever the sentence means, it means that only one of them will be held responsible. So which one agrees with singular? It is option C. Either the chief of the village or the leader of the farmers is to be held responsible for the revolt. Option C. Now, but then look at that expression, or the leader of the farmers. Note that the farmers is in plural form, but that is not our subject. Our subject here is the leader, singular leader. So do not think because farmers is the closest now to the verb, then our verb is going to be plural because of the word farmers. No, the leader of the farmers, it is their leader that is the bone of contention, not the farmers. It is the leader that is one of those who should be held responsible, not the whole of the farmers, but their leader. So here, it is still singular. The leader, just one leader of the farmers. Take note, the leader is the bone of contention. The last question for this rule is question 82, UME 1987. In my opinion, neither the players nor the coach dash praise for the results of the match. In my opinion, neither the players nor the coach dash praise for the result of the match. A, deserves. B, deserve. A, are deserving. D, is deserving. Neither the players is a plural subject, nor the coach is singular, dash. That is the place where we are going to fix in our verb. So it means the coach, singular noun, is closer. The singular subject is closer to the verb. Our verb is going to be in the singular form. Which of them is singular? Actually, we have two singular options. Option A, deserves, is singular. And option D, is deserving, is also singular. So let's eliminate option B and C. Those ones are plural. Now from these two options, which one is more appropriate? Option D is somewhat correct. But then looking at these two options, the one that is more appropriate is option A, deserves. And that is the correct option. In my opinion, neither the players nor the coach deserves praise for the results of the match. Alright, let's stop the lesson right here. In our next video, we continue with Concord, that is from Rule 3 and the related JAMB past questions. Do well to drop your comment, subscribe to this channel, and share the videos on this channel to your friends, to your classmates. Thank you for always being here. See you another time. Bye-bye.